Hello, welcome back. And in this video, we are going to be continuing to build our FlipBook app. And let's go ahead and keep going. We're going to build some more supported views. So we're going to start with a new view here. And we'll create a new file and select SwiftUI view as the template. We're going to name this page view. All right, so this page view is basically going to be our main page that's going to show up. So let's go ahead and start by accepting a page that's going to be passed to the view. And let's go ahead and set the page. I'm going to set basically some defaults. So all right, so this is basically going to be our sample page, and let's go ahead and refresh the canvas so we can see what we are building while we are building it. Okay, in the body we're going to create a Z stack, and inside the Z stack we're going to create a rounded rectangle with a corner radius as 20 points. And then we're going to set the fill. The fill is going to come from page.color.gradient, and let's set the opacity of 0.2. And then we're going to add an overlay, and this overlay is going to be another rounded rectangle with corner radius, and we're gonna give this corner radius 20 points. Gonna basically add a stroke with line width of 4. Let's go ahead and give this a color as well. So we're gonna say color.white, and there we go. Okay, so we're gonna have basically a white border around it, and then we're gonna add or drop a shadow. Okay, so gonna have a shadow, and shadow is gonna be 15 point radius. X is going to be 0 and Y is going to be 5, and the color will be color.black.opacity 0.2, and we need a comma here. Okay, so it'll drop a shadow, and as soon as you resize, you can actually see how the view looks. So just to display what it's gonna look like, we're gonna set width and height. So width 20, height 40. Let's set this 100. Okay, so you can see we have, like, you know, a rectangle with the border, white border, and there's also a shadow around it. So we can give it 200 so it becomes a little bit more bigger and you see it more clearly. Okay, all right, so this rounded rectangle is going to be our background, and the background is going to depend on how the like what the page color is going to be, and page color is defined inside the page data structure. In this case we are passing it as a pink color, that's why it's been shown here. So we're going to create a VStack now, and this VStack is going to have a spacing of 24 points, and then we're gonna create our page number badge. So we're gonna simply have a text, and this is where we are going to display our page dot id. Okay, this is gonna display the page number, and let's go ahead and set the font with size 64 points. Let's set the weight as bold, and design as rounded. Okay, then we're gonna set our foreground style, and we're gonna set it as white color, and then we're gonna set a frame with width of 100 points and height of 100 points. Gonna add a background, and this will be a circle with fill color dot white dot opacity 0.3. Okay, then we're gonna add an overlay, and this overlay is going to be another circle with stroke, and color dot white, line width is gonna be 3 points. Okay, so it'll create this circular view for us. Okay, now this is basically our page indicator. Underneath this, we are going to have the page title. So let's go ahead and add page title. Okay, and let's set the font for this guy as well, and we're gonna once again choose a size, and let's give it a 32 point with weight as bold, design as rounded, and foreground style is gonna be a color with hex value. Okay, 78350 F. Okay, then underneath this text, we are going to display our page dot content. Okay, and font is going to be size 18. And let's set the foreground style 92400E. Okay, slightly similar. And then we can have multi-line as center, and then let's go ahead and add some padding in horizontal direction for about 40 points, and let's set the line spacing as 8 points as well. Okay, for everything we're gonna add a padding of 40 points, and this is what our page view will look like. Now this is gonna be a little bit different when you have, like, more content. So let me show you how more content will look like, and this is how more content will look like on the page. Okay, and with that, we have completed our page view. So let's go ahead and keep going. Next, we're gonna create a book container, which is gonna contain these pages. Okay, so we are going to basically create a new view. Okay, select SwiftUI view, paste, or copy the name. So book container view is the name, and we're just gonna copy and paste. Okay, now this one is going to have a few bindings that is gonna expect. Binding var current page binding for is flipping, binding for flip rotation, and binding for drag offset. And this is going to be CG float. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to remove the preview here, and we will see this in action when we have this view ready, already being utilized, because there are some computed properties. So we're gonna just keep it simple. Okay. This also expects an array of pages to be passed in, and a closure for on flip, basically passing the flip direction returning a void. Okay, now inside the body we're gonna have geometry reader, and this geometry reader will go provide our us a geoproxy. Okay, and we're gonna use this geoproxy. First we're gonna create a z-stack, and we're gonna create a shadow base. So this is gonna be a rounded rectangle with a corner radius of 20 points, and fill is going to be color dot black, opacity 0.1. Then you have offset in the y direction of 10 points. Then you have blur with radius of 20 points. Okay, that's your shadow base. Then you have your book page. So we're gonna use our page view, and we're gonna pass pages and the current page. Let's give it rotation 3D effect here, and we're gonna basically get the flip rotation in degrees, and we're gonna pass that. And for the axis, we're gonna have 0 for x-axis, 1 for y, and 0 for z. So basically we're gonna only rotate in the y direction or y-axis. Okay, so there are some additional parameters that we need. We need anchor. Anchor is going to be based on flip rotation. If it's greater than 0, then we're going to say flip from leading direction, otherwise from the trailing direction. And we also need a perspective. So perspective is going to be 0.5. All right. You're also going to have an offset in x direction based on the drag offset as the drag is taking place, and we're gonna attach a gesture to this, and the gesture that we're gonna attach is going to be a drag gesture, and this drag gesture is going to help us drag the view back and forth. So drag gesture, and on changed we're gonna basically get a drag value, and we're gonna use that. Okay. The way we're gonna use it is, first we're gonna find out if is not flipping, otherwise if is not flipping, otherwise we just wanna return. Okay, and if we are flipping, then whatever drag offset value is, assign value dot translation dot width times 0.3 into the drag offset. Okay, when the gesture ends, at that point we're gonna receive once again the drag value. We're gonna make sure that we are not in the flipping rotation. If we are not, we're gonna basically say with animation, and we're gonna use spring animation here, and essentially we're gonna set the drag offset to 0, and then we're gonna calculate if the value dot translation dot width is less than -50. Okay, then we wanna set the on flip to backward. Okay, that's the action. Else, if the value dot translation is greater than 50, then on flip is gonna be forward. Okay, and then we're gonna end our gesture. So this is where our gesture is going to end. And at the view level, we're gonna set a frame, and the frame you're gonna set for width geo proxy dot size dot width, and height is gonna be geo proxy dot size dot width times 1.4. Okay, and we're also gonna set the aspect ratio for this guy, and the aspect ratio is going to be 1/1.4, and the content mode is going to be fit. All right, so this is going to be our entire book container. Okay, and let's keep going. We already have the header view, so we've got everything that we need to put together our main view, which is going to be our FlipBook view. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new file from template. Select SwiftUI view, name it FlipBook view, and create. All right, so this is going to be our main view utilizing all the views. So we're going to start by setting some state properties. Current page is going to be at index 0, and then is flipping is going to be false boolean. Then we have our next one, which is flip rotation, and this is going to be a double type. Another state property, drag offset CG float value 0. Then we're going to create our pages. Pages are going to be page dot get or generate pages. That's the function that we called. And we're going to have private let total pages. So total pages, we're gonna set this value as 10. We have 10 pages here. Okay, now what we're gonna do basically, or this can be a computer property. Let's see, let's try this. Pages dot count private var. Okay, there we go. All right, okay, so for our body, the body for this view is going to be first it's going to have a Z stack, which is going to act as a background. We're going to have a linear gradient. Inside the linear gradient, we're going to have colors. So the colors that we are looking for, there are 2 hex colors, and I'm just going to quickly copy and paste those 2 hex colors. These are 2 hex colors that we are using. The starting point for this guy is going to be top leading, and end point is going to be bottom trailing. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Okay, we're going to set the ignore safe area, so our view is fully covered. Okay, then we're going to have a V stack. Spacing that we're going to set for this V stack is going to be 20 points, and then first we want to display header. So header view, we are going to set the current page and total pages. Okay, so there we go. Current page and total pages are being displayed. Let's go ahead and add some padding here. And we're going to say padding in the top direction of about 20 points. Then add a spacer, right? And underneath, we're gonna add our book container. And this book container is gonna expect some properties that we need to pass in. So first one is going to be the current page. Second one is, and all of these are binding, is flipping, flip rotation, drag offset, pages, and basically a function. We're going to call this function called handle page flip. Okay, we're going to create this function. So let's go ahead and create this function, because otherwise Xcode will keep complaining about it. So let's create a private function handle flip pages. Okay, handle page flip. This is going to expect direction, which is flip direction, and we're going to have first a guard statement. If currently not flipping is flipping, else return. Just want to make sure that's not flipping at the moment. And then as you can see, we have our view showing up. Let's go ahead and come back and fill this. Let's finish building the view. Okay, so our book container is here. Let's go ahead and distribute this in separate rows. It's a little bit easier to see where the parameters are. Okay, I'm going to just gonna adjust a little bit. Okay, perfect. All right, underneath or actually on the book container, we're gonna set a frame, and the frame is going to be max width. Let's set the max width of 600. It won't grow more than that. And let's set some padding, and padding is going to be in the horizontal direction for about 20 points. Okay, then we're going to add a spacer to move this page in the center, and we're going to add our navigation control. So navigation controls, and navigation controls take some functions as well. So can go back, and can go back is a function that we should, or computer property that we should create here. Okay, and we are simply going to say current page is greater than 0. That means we can go back. Okay, and then let's create other computer properties as well. Can go forward, and this is if the current page is less than total pages -1. Okay, so we're gonna have can go forward here. All right, now on back is going to be a closure. We're gonna say handle flip direction is backward, and this one is going to be handle flip direction forward, just like that. And let's go ahead and add some padding in the bottom, at the bottom edge of 40 points. Okay, so this is basically our view, and we can move back and forth, and you can see we cannot go back, so our effect of being disabled is looking really nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this by working on the handle page flip. And for handle page flip, first we're gonna get the new page. So we're gonna say if the direction is equal to forward, then you're gonna have min of current page +1 and total pages -1, whichever is the minimum. Okay, so that's like for new page, if we can go forward, if we can go back, then it's going to be max of current page -1 or 0, whichever is the maximum. Then we're going to get new page. new page is not equal to current page. We just want to make sure it's like, a different page. Then we set our is flipping to true, and we're gonna say with animation, and here we're gonna say flipping rotation equal to direction. So if the direction is forward, then 180, actually negative 180, otherwise 180. Okay, and let's set the animation is interactive spring, response 0.6, damping fraction 0.8, and blend duration 0. Okay, so that's gonna be our animation. And then we're gonna use dispatch queue, main async after, now, and 0.3 seconds. The closure is gonna assign the new page as current page. Then we're gonna assign flip rotation, and we're gonna say flip rotation is equal to the direction. If it's forward, then same 180. So this is going to be 180, like opposite of what you see here, and negative 180 if it's backward. And then we're going to basically create another dispatch queue, and this one is going to wait slightly less, 0.05, and here we're going to have essentially another animation. So let's go ahead and with interactive spring 0.6, 0.8, blending 0, and we are setting flip rotation to 0. Okay, and outside of this we're gonna have another one, dispatch queue dot main dot async after, now plus 0.3, and the execution block is going to be is flipping to false. Okay, we're gonna set the flipping property. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. So as you can see, we have our rotation playing, our animation, and our view. Before settling, it actually stops for a minute. And let's try a gesture, and there we go. Our gesture works great as well, and all the pages we are flipping through. And as you can see, when we reach the last one, it actually automatically stops. All right, okay, so this was the this is it for this video course. Once again, we actually built entire FlipBook purely using SwiftUI, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and check out FTech.com for more video courses. I'll see you guys in another video course. Thank you.